good? It's Heath240 and you're tuned into Next Up. So, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts, and I would also say I grew up in Jamaica Plain as well. So, well, Heath Street. Like, so that's the first place I ever lived was Heath Street. Then I moved to Canton when I was maybe my first year of life. Then I lived there for a long time. And then I ended up going to school in Boston for a little bit in West Roxbury at CM. And I kind of staying in Boston a little bit more when I was there. So I kind of hung around that area. I stayed at my grandma's house some nights. And I'd be going back and forth between Canton and Boston. And then after school, after that, I transferred back to Canton High because I was just getting into too much stuff. And I was just wasn't vibing with the atmosphere I was in. So then I moved back to Canton, and I was kind of there for up until college, and I moved back to Boston and lived at Heath Street once again for the past year or so. Then I moved to Fenway. So basically I'm between the suburbs and the city, and that's why I feel like I usually don't fit in. You know, my music style is a little weird, and it's a little bit off kilter sometimes, but I like to kind of bring the essence of like the suburban to like being in the city as well, you know. So my life growing up was pretty chill, I'm not gonna lie. Like, not too much stuff happened that kind of pushed me to any type of way. I was kind of like a bad kid a little bit, and I would like do a lot of things I was supposed to be doing, like my parents were mad against smoking and drinking and like doing drugs and stuff, and I was kind of like doing that type of stuff. But I did when I was school in Boston, I did end up getting a little bit of trouble, and I like had my mentor. His name was Brother Ox. He had passed away my sophomore year of high school, and that kind of affected me a lot at that time. After his passing, it kind of made me kind of depressed, and that was partially the reason why I went to school back in Canton. So after that, he was like one of the first people to be like, yo, you're smart, and like, you know, own that shit and do something constructive, because at the other time I was just kind of like bumming around, just being a goofy and stuff. So maybe like actually the more I think about it, that's like a defining moment. I was a big fan of Outkast and like Kanye West. I love Chance and No Name. But like these people have just this major influence of creating stuff, like just creating stuff that's meaningful to other people, and I just felt like that's really important. I want to do something like that, so music just kind of was a thing. So I felt like the closest thing to a hometown hero would be like Cousin Stizz and stuff. But he reps Boston and all that, but like he's not like firmly like Boston. I'm like, damn. I'm from here, I've been here my whole life, and nobody's really trying to claim that, like, because what other big rappers are from here, you know? Like, there's nobody you can really name, so I was like this, why not me embrace the hometown? Because if I can get everybody here to fuck with me, I know everybody else there will fuck with me, because Boston's a hard place to get people to fuck with you, because sometimes you come off a little cold and stuff, but that's just how we are. But like, if you do get people from Boston to fuck with you, they'll fuck with you forever. So it's like, if I could start here and kind of grow it out, that would be the best thing. And I want to be the hometown hero, and I am the hometown hero. So like, I want to be the guy, the underdog that everybody looks out for, and it's be like, oh shit, right now he ain't shit, he's doing his thing, but give me a couple weeks, I'll definitely be a hometown hero or a local legend. Trust. I think it depends. I think there's no outlets besides like you, and I know a couple other ones like. There's like a few outlets for like local artists to like kind of rise up the ranks to do this stuff. So like, I don't like think there's like the outlets to do that, but there are a few artists that are kind of getting their buzz, like will have a buzz, like Michael Christmas and Cousin Stizz, but I just don't see a lot of other artists getting the attention they should have. You know, you have people like my friends Miguel, Kubi, Kumar, Berger, Lucas. They're all like dope artists that should be getting more recognition, but it comes with due time, I think, because right now I just feel like we're in a kind of a renaissance of a lot of Boston creatives coming around and like regrouping and actually understanding, hey, if we work together, we can grow this bigger. And that's why I'm glad to be on here right now to kind of say my piece and kind of talk and get people to know me, because I haven't really done any of this stuff before. So it's like a dope to have the opportunity too. But I don't think we're getting, these Boston artists are getting the limelight that they deserve, but they definitely are gonna get there one day. I hope to see that very soon, not gonna lie. I think a lot of people think I'm just crazy weird, and like not in a bad way, but like I think people are like, oh, this dude's kind of weird, and like he's like I'm usually very shy, you know. I'm not the big talker. I'm not the guy who's gonna say all this smooth shit, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to be smiling back. So a lot of people just think I'm dumb. A lot of people think I'm dumb because of that. But like, I don't think I'm dumb at all. I know I'm not dumb. I know I got like I might come off a little wild and wacky sometimes, but just know it's all premeditated. Everything is planned out to a T. I dot my I's and cross my T's with this. So my inspiration for Pollen was basically, since I've been doing music stuff and I've been kind of growing my fan base and growing my following and doing more shows, a lot of people go, oh, you're gonna get big and don't forget me, you're gonna get famous and you're gonna be different after that. And I'm just like, yo, I made the song Pollen. It's kind of like a symbolism for fame and pollen. You just gotta wipe it off and kind of ignore it, or you're gonna get allergies, or you're gonna get irritated by it, and you're just gonna have to go by it. But usually when I make a song, I usually try to relate it. Everything I write is related to what I'm going through at that moment, you know. So it's just kind of like organic. It's like each song is like a new journal entry into like my journal of like life. I guess that makes sense. Craziest performance. I think my craziest performance was at Heath240's support your local artist event. Like, so it was funny because it was crazy because it was funny and awkward and cringe at the same time. But basically, so I did my song Off It came on, and like, this is my first time ever performing it live, so I'm like getting hyped. I'm getting crazy hyped on the stage, right? And like, some people in the crowd are fucking with it, but a lot of people are like, yo, I'm not really trying to get moshed on and all that stuff. But so then I'm just like this, yo, fuck this. I'm about to go all out, yo. So I just fucking jumped off the stage into the crowd, and everybody went away from me, and I'm staring at it, but I'm still going crazy. I'm going ape shit on that shit. And like, a lot of people were like, wow, that nigga did the most right there. But also a lot of people were like, oh, yo, I fuck with him because he's willing to go the extra mile and actually put himself out there like that. So that has to be the craziest thing. But my last show with Nestle was probably one of my best sets I've ever done. And it was like flawless, came out smooth. Everything was perfect to the T. And that's the first time I got to play a lot of the new songs off my upcoming mixtape, The Hometown Hero. So yeah. I feel like a lot of people go through things, and I've gone through things in my life that I've kind of gotten messed up and I got in a bad headspace. And sometimes I would even admit, like, sometimes I can get really depressed and get anxious and anxiety all the time, like a good amount of the time. And I feel like music's a creative outlet for me to kind of work past those problems that I have with myself. And it's kind of a place for me to express myself. That's why a lot of my songs have to do with, like, I try to make happy music because I know I'm trying to be smiling back time. And by making happier music that's kind of upbeat and fun, I could probably try to, it's kind of like tricking myself to be happier and be more of a positive person than I would be normally. So music kind of helped me with that. And through my music, I'm trying to help people who might feel the same way as me and not feel like the best all the time, be depressed sometimes, have anxiety sometimes. And I'm trying to make them feel better as well. And that's why I try to make more upbeat music. Like, I do get like on that dark shit sometimes, but like, hey, you gotta do it sometimes. But I try to stay on the happier side to kind of portray that vibe. Because it's funny, I posted a couple weeks back, one of my captions on Instagram was, I'm trying to be smiling back. And that's a true statement I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make people smile. I'm just trying to make people happy, you know? Why be sad? It's not worth it.